G'day team! So this is Mount Yakushi. I've been here a few times before, so you may recognize it, but you probably don't because I came in summer or autumn or something. Anyway, whoa, this is the mountain with the 88 places, the mini pilgrimage. I just came here for a bit of a walk. So it's turning into spring now, kind of. Still snows off and on, but it's definitely warming up, and today is a beautiful day. There's a lot of melting going on. So I tried coming up here about a month or so ago, and it was too much powder, so we were sinking in right up to our knees constantly. And then we gave up basically 1 kilometer in after, I don't know, 50 minutes walking. Something ridiculous. Anyway, I ended up breaking my snowshoe, so that was a bit of a shitty thing. But it's easy walking today. It's hard, like there is the odd time where you sink in, but it's pretty good walking. So after that failure about a month ago, I decided I'm gonna try and do it again today. Whether I get to the top or not, I don't know. But it's quite cool because a lot of snow has melted since then. So you get all the wee statues popping up. There's one there. There's another one just up here somewhere. Over there. And that's quite cool. It's a very different feeling. Like the last time I came up here in winter, it was they weren't visible at all. There was so much snow, so it's kind of cool to see them emerging in the spring. Some imagery in that, isn't there? I really like the sense of adventure that comes with snowshoeing. Pretty much anywhere is your playground, really. Wherever there's snow, you don't need tracks or anything. You just choose your own adventure. It's pretty sweet. In Buddhism, these statues are actually living. So I'm sure they're quite cold now, and it's actually surprising no one's dressed them up for the winter, because in a lot of places they do that. But here I guess it's Hokkaido, man, they're tough. The statues are tough here. It's funny around this time of year because people are kind of worried about bears. They're like, oh, be careful, you know, the bears are becoming active. And, you know, that's a valid concern. But it's a valid concern all year round. Like, when I hear a fact from someone, I'm never one to take it at face value. So I always research that stuff. I looked up the statistics, and the only month where you're really actually safe from bears in Hokkaido is December. There's actually never been a recorded attack in December, but every other month there's been many. So don't just be careful in spring, man. Be careful all the time. But I'm not saying that to breed a sense of fear, because I don't think that bears are something you should fear. I think you should respect them. And you should know that if you're gonna go out there into their habitat, you gotta be wary. You know? I went to a seminar once about the brown bear here in Hokkaido. It's Ursus arctos, so it's genetically the same as the grizzly bear. But the guy who took the seminar, he talked a lot about people who go wild vegetable picking. Like, it's quite a popular pastime here, especially with the older people who have a lot of time to do it. So a lot of people are attacked when they're out picking wild vegetables, and you know, a few people have been killed, and usually they aren't paying attention to their surroundings, You know, they're more focused on the wild vegetables. And they don't have a bell or any sort of warning device, so the bear doesn't know they're there. And the good wild vegetables come in spring. So that's when, you know, you got your relatively young cubs and your mothers, and you startle a brown bear. Of course, some pretty terrible things are going to happen. You know, they're protecting their young. That's not respecting their environment. I can understand where that mentality comes from in Japan though. Like, it's definitely a post-World War II feeling. Is that as they moved away from a traditional Japan, in a sense, is that they lost sight of a lot of that. So nature became something to fear. And you can see that in that many rivers are now concreted over because they're afraid of flooding. But the effect of that is actually concreting the rivers. It actually makes the flooding risk worse, from what I've read anyway. They dam the rivers. Like, this river down here is dammed. There's so many rivers that are dammed. And they fear nature. You can be walking in the middle of the mountains, far from people, and you'll see a hillside covered in concrete. It's kind of strange that, yeah, nature is very much a thing to fear because it floods. Landslides kill people, the earthquakes kill people. And it's interesting how that change in thinking, that change in attitudes has really carried on and it's led to changes in government and policy. And that's kind of trickled down to the way that people think in modern Japan. And anyway, that's just an academic view. There's plenty of academics that don't agree with that, and there's plenty that do. But anyway, here's Wonderwall.
Today is gonna be the day that the...
But that sort of thinking has led to a lot of technological advancements, etc. in Japan. And it's led to, yeah, a lot of advancements in people's thinking, compassion, and empathy, especially when other disasters happen all over the world, like earthquakes and hurricanes. And it's led to one of the things that made me interested in Japan as well. And it's why I find Japan such a fascinating place to study. It's like, it's never ending really, the study of Japan. You know, if you ever want to read a book about some of that, I recommend anything by Hokkaidodaze about Japan. And there's a really great book about modern Japan and some of the things I've talked about now. And it's a book called Dogs and Demons. And I recommend it to a lot of people. They probably think I only read one book. But I studied a lot of the stuff in university. I think that's one of the very good, concise volumes about it. He loses the plot a little bit near the end, talking about schooling and stuff, but the earlier stages of the book are kind of interesting. I always find this thing kind of amusing. So there's deer tracks down here. And then here it obviously slipped down the hill a little bit, walked across here and slipped some more over there. it's kind of funny. Deer is silly, man. I'm now around the back of the mountain, so there's a lot less wind and super peaceful and awesome. I recommend this old snowshoeing deal. It's pretty damn rewarding. This is a real shame. The top's like just there, but the ground beneath me is collapsing and avalanching, so I can't get there. Oh well, I don't live too far away. I'm actually super glad for those statues because it's the only way I can find the trail. So that ascent was really good, but that descent was horrible. I think above a certain altitude, it seems the wind is just melting the snow so fast, because there's not as much wind down here, that it was just wet and slippery, so I spent most of my time on my butt. That's not how you snowshoe, man. But now I gotta still find my way, and just these little heads popping up from the snow, so it's kind of hard to find where you're going. But at least it's not so damp underfoot anymore. It's a bit more solid. I don't slip in as much. This was a difficult one. I was searching for a while for this marker because I don't know where it is. But if I do this, there it is. I often enjoy being out in nature alone, or camping or hiking or snowshoeing. Today's Sunday, just climbed a mountain, nearly got to the top. I feel like full of energy for the week. It's great, because during the week I have to be like on the ball all the time, full of energy. But I need to get that energy from somewhere, man. This mountain, it's like a power spot too, so that's where I get my powers, bro, from the natures. Well, I'm back at my old footprints. I've made a loop, so I'm nearly back to the start, back to my car. So I hope you enjoyed that. Bit of a laugh. Anyway, see you next time. Peace.